Hi, so my response is to Sarah's question, and I liked your question for a lot of reasons. One, it's relevant, it's current, and I found more to like with the economic section. So this question really spoke to me in a lot of ways. So your question is, do economic sanctions really work in the way we are hoping? And I like how open ended this question is, and I like where it leaves room for one way or another. And you mentioned Iran, and that I guess that's what really stuck out for me with the idea of Iran and the economic sanctions. And the simple answer to your question, that do economic sanctions really work in the way we are hoping? What we were hoping with the economic sanctions we placed on Iran, uh, in conjunction with the nuclear deal, and what we ended up getting with the deals with Iran, I have to say yes. In this instance, with speaking about Iran, they did work. The idea behind them being, can we can we put enough economic pressure on a country, in this case Iran, to bring them to the diplomatic table, and get them to talk about what's going on instead of ground invasion, instead of a physical force? Can we, like you mentioned, uh, go in a way that makes the most diplomatic sense? And this does seem to make the diplomatic sense. And we got everything we wanted from Iran from it. We put enough uh, of a strain on their economy for enough time, and you bring them to the table, and essentially we got what we wanted. We got their centrifuges down, we got the nuclear program away, to make not weapons grade uranium. We got essentially everything we wanted by applying the right pressure in the right way, and especially dealing with oil, especially dealing with economics in general. They respond to incentives. So if you incentivize in such a way that the best course of action for them is to come to the table with countries like the United States, with other countries in general, putting the right pressure into place, especially somebody's wallet, that really hurts. Um, and it's all about incentives. So you place the right incentives in the right place, with the right countries, and you get them to the diplomatic table, and you can see what you can get from there. And in the case of Iran specifically, like you said, food for thought. It worked, and it worked tremendously well. So with Iran, it is a success. Iraq, miserable failure. We went in with a ground force. We de-Baathified their government, and we caused a lot of mayhem in the area. Iran, we put the economic stranglehold, we put the economic sanctions on them and let them do their work. And after a while, Iran feels the pressure. They want to come and talk to us, and we have the leverage there. So, again, do economic sanctions really work in the way we were hoping? Yeah, in this case, they do. And I believe they would do a lot more good in a lot more ways if more countries would adapt this type of thinking.